What's going on, guys? Nandemo guy. It is VEDA day number 21, and for today's video I'm going to take a suggestion from LisaSometimes, whose video I will post up over here, who on Facebook suggested that some of us doing the video every day post up 20 things about ourselves. So let's get started. My real name is Eric Meredith. I'm actually 35 years old this year. Family. So, of course, father and mother, which you saw on one of my previous videos. Aside from that, I have one older sister and one younger sister as well. So, my first job was when I was 15 years old. I actually was doing filing papers at a medical supply company, and eventually ran the warehouse at that place. My favorite food, this is gonna have to be, and I've mentioned this in a previous video, tonkatsu. There's just something about tonkatsu that I really like, and I can eat that stuff just about anytime. you name it, anytime, any place, I'll throw down some katsu for sure. Least favorite food. This is an easy one. I am not a very big fan of mushrooms. If given the choice and if it's possible, I'll take any dish without mushrooms. The only kind that I'll really eat without any problem are these little tiny enoki mushrooms. They don't really have the mushroom flavor, and they'll just soak up flavor from whatever you cook, but mushrooms are probably my least favorite food. I was actually a professional athlete when I was in high school, believe it or not. I used to play paintball in a professional circuit called the NPPL with a team out of Colorado called Fury, and did that for, geez, nearly 6 or 8 years, something like that. I played longer with the team than we were pro, but yeah, that's probably one of my greatest accomplishments of all time. My worst injury, this is actually a tricky one because I've never been hurt that bad. One of the worst is when I was in elementary school. I was walking to the bus stop and had a wasp or bee or something fly behind my glasses and sting me right underneath the eye in the lower eyelid, and my whole face swelled up and everything. It was pretty bad. Aside from that, there was a time when I had cut my index finger with a grinder really bad working on a car, and yeah, that one was pretty nasty. I've actually got photos of that as well. Those are probably my worst injuries of all time. I've been pretty lucky. Interesting pastime. So I do a lot of different things, as you guys are well aware from my channel. One thing that people may not know about me is I actually, on the side, design custom hockey jerseys, especially a lot for a league that's in Minnesota. I've done different charity events, different sort of fundraising events, and also I've designed the jersey for the up-and-coming Jamaican hockey team that will be playing at some point in the Olympics. So, quite interesting. My first car was a 1980 Toyota truck. The thing was hideous. It was 3 different colors, not counting the rust. But that car, I had some of the greatest and most fond memories from my high school years in that car. The thing was awesome. My favorite car, this is actually an easy one. This is actually one of the things that originally took me to Japan my first time. It's a R33 or R34 GTR. It's a Nissan twin turbo. Really not that impressive stock, though they are impressive. You can just make monsters out of those things. Definitely my favorite car. I am married, as most of you know, and I've actually been married for 12 years. Something weird about me. This may sound weird, I don't know. I love back scratching. I've always loved it as a kid and everything. I post up in front of my mom, lift my shirt, and have her scratch my back. I don't know, maybe I just have sensitive skin or something. I love it. I can't get enough of it. Back scratching. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. There's two things that probably are equally frustrating to me. One of those is when I can't find something, especially right after I had it. That will set me off if I can't find something, whether it's car keys, especially if it's a tool that I just got done using, working on a car or something like that. That really frustrates me. Another thing that really frustrates me is bad drivers. My wife's always pointing out when I complain about drivers on the road. I do it all the time. Favorite movie? This I'm going to break into two categories. Favorite movie when I was a kid is definitely going to be The Goonies. Anybody out there, if you have kids and they haven't seen The Goonies, I don't know, you're probably breaking a law or committing child abuse in some way. That is a fantastic movie and every kid should see it. From my more adult years, however, I'd have to say that the original Matrix is one that always stands out. It's a movie that blew my mind, both from a visual perspective as well as a mental perspective as well. Very, very good movie, and I saw that at least I think 8 or 9 times in the movie theater. Very, very, very good movie. My favorite actor. I don't really have a favorite actor per se, but I think somebody that I always enjoy seeing in a movie is Steve Buscemi. He's just a goofy looking bastard, and I always love his performance. He's actually probably who I would consider my favorite actor. Favorite actress? Yeah, this is going to be an easy one. Without a doubt, my favorite actress is Salma Hayek. Maybe for obvious reasons, I don't know. I think the first movie I ever saw her in was From Dusk Till Dawn, and for the guys out there, that probably just about says it all. Most difficult time in my life. This is going to be similar. There's 2 points in which it's probably just about equal. Once was when I was out of high school. I was living with some roommates, and it was right before I had gotten a job at the company I work for now. I had gone through the interview process and everything, and I knew I had the job. They actually told me I had the job, and then I just had to wait for an opening, literally a desk opening at the workplace. So I quit my current job that I was working at, running a warehouse for an electronics store, and it was actually like 6 months or something like that before I actually had the job. At the time, I still had car payments to deal with. I still had obviously rent that I was paying, and everything else. And it got so bad I had sold just about everything I had except for my paintball gun, which was obviously very important to me at the time. And I was even selling blood plasma. It was that deep. But a similar situation happened. Not too many years back now, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, when I had lost my job due to union layoffs, and here I was with a wife and a child and no job. Luckily that only lasted for about 6 months as well, and I was quite a bit more prepared, so that one didn't hit as hard, but still a very frustrating time. Something I had in the past and wish I still had. For anybody into pinball, I actually used to own a pinball machine called Funhouse that I had bought in really rough shape and completely restored myself, but ended up selling after I hadn't played it in years, even though it was taking up space in my bedroom actually, and wanted to raise some money prior to getting married. So that's something I still wish I had, and it's easily 4 times more expensive today than it was when I bought it back then. So travel destinations, it's definitely going to be inside Japan, but the next place I plan to visit when I get there is a place called Yakushima. It's very far south. It's actually a small, tiny little island that I think that the entire island is like a some type of government reserve or something like that. But the place is practically untouched and has crazy forests, huge, gigantic trees. I will definitely be visiting there at some point in the very near future, and I can't wait. Well, that's it for today's VEDA, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the answer. If you want to go ahead and post up something similar, you know, pick whatever 20 things you want to talk about for yourself and put up a vid. I think, you know, these types of things are interesting to a lot of people, especially to get to know the other side of the person a little bit better than necessarily what you maybe see on video every day. So thanks again for watching, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Nandemo guy.